Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Terra Odyssey. There is tremendously beautiful lighting outside right now, as well as a gigantic Cujo-like dog behind me barking, so we'll hope he relieves himself of his guard dog duty in a moment. I feel like you guys are all tapping in right now to this tremendous superior energy of simplifying, rectifying problems, really maneuvering like silk through what used to cause huge blockages for you. And part of this is this new calm, brilliant energy that's coming in. And we're going to see what bounties it's going to bring you. So I just feel like it's this thing, there's no more codependence. There's just this amazing singular focus on stuff that matters. There's no more clumsy or compulsive kind of energy in the air. You're being really conservative when it's necessary so you can have a reserve of energy where it's important for you to be able to, go in and get this passionate gift that's waiting there for you. A lot of you guys, it's your love, it's your soulmates, I feel like it's a personal best for a lot of you when it comes to creativity. A lot of you are thinking of writing a book, starting a blog. A lot of you guys write music. There's so much creativity in the air, and it's going to be one of these things where you're just going to have these outstanding breakthroughs, and you're going to have people celebrating with you, celebrating your exceptional hard work and focus to make this happen. I was thinking of this last night. I'm so into this show Glow right now about these hilarious wrestlers. I love it so much. It's about the 80s. That's when I was in high school. The music is so good. If you guys want a good laugh and a really feel-good show, go watch it. It's just called Glow. It's so funny. But it's one of those things where it's like breakthrough after breakthrough, and you're going to have continued enthusiasm and energy to pour into these projects that are going to have huge dividends financially, emotionally, and love-wise as well. It's just like you opened a bottle of everlasting patience because you're realizing you're not in a rush. It's not about hitting that finish line at breakneck speed. It's about the gorgeous journey. We're not getting angry, annoyed, or anxious about anything anymore. It's all about the fabulous little details, acquiring all the cool little resources we need to make the stuff. Like I find shopping for my beads and gems to make stuff out of in my tarot decks just as fun as completing the finished works, right? It's like gathering those resources. It's really appreciating the fact that we have the time and the money to do that as well. So we have 3 cards to choose from. We have number 1, which is the gift, number 2, which is Queen Bee, and number 3, which is Red Garden. Their corresponding numbers are 23, 11, and 8, if those hold any significance for you. Okay, so we're going to see what is coming up for you. So right now with the gift, I feel like this is like a gift from the universe saying, your sincere, authentic attitude and the way you're embracing people in life right now is going to pay off huge. It's going to also open up a lot of your latent skill sets. A lot of them are spiritual messages that you're going to be receiving, as well as all of a sudden you may have this innate gift to paint, to sing, to read music, to do a lot of things that you were like, oh, I wouldn't even have attempted that, but somebody just like, oh, let's go try this, and you try your hand at. I feel like a lot of you have a natural skill set for seasoning and cooking, and you just have this beautiful, and you find it relaxing and restful, and it's one of those things where you can infuse your food with love and anything that you want, and you're very masterful at that. A lot of you guys too, you're taking itsy bitsy steps towards facing certain fears too, and then alleviating them and knowing, I can't even believe I was afraid of that in the first place. It's so crazy, right? It's one of those things. So I'm going to pull another card for you. So you have Bloom. I want to pull 2. And Treasured Memories. So this is really beautiful. So with Bloom and Treasured Memories, Bloom, something is just about to blossom and bloom, a creative project that you either put on the back burner, you've just begun, and you're wondering, okay, well, how am I going to formulate this? How much time should I direct into it? What's going on? All of a sudden, you just have a schematic, and you start working on it, and you start being focused on it. You start putting real intention, positive intentions behind it, focused intention. and you start to see it blossom and bloom. And one thing that's really great too is you have a lot of people with positive reinforcement behind you. Anybody that's seeing, reading, or experiencing what you have to offer, you're getting really great feedback, and it's galvanizing you to do more and feel good and really, really hone your craft even better. It's like the people that write screenplays. You have to have somebody read it, and you have to have constructive criticism, because our own opinions of our own work is usually going to be pretty good, right? Because it's altered to our taste. However, you have other people coming in and they see what you see. They see the beauty and magic in it as well, which is really great. Also, treasured memories. If we look back on the last couple years, what made you feel super proud of yourself, super good, feel connected, feel warm, feel welcomed, feel really, like the full package of life has landed on your doorstep, where you felt spiritually connected, emotionally, intellectually, like really plugged in? You can revive that and kind of realign yourself with that energy to have it occur again. Every once in a while, we get a little misaligned, we get sidetracked. But I live near a bird sanctuary, and I've got to tell you right now, the craziest birds. I saw a hawk earlier, an eagle flew over my house a couple days ago, but now I hear, there is every kind of crazy bird out here. And when we got home, or the Pancake was out in the front yard. He was wrestling what I thought was just a huge mouse, but it was a chipmunk. And Hagen jumped out of the car and wrestled the chipmunk out of him. And this little critter ran up a tree. But I was like, oh my God, my favorite fat little baby cat is a murderer. But they are really tremendous hunters when they put their mind to it. And I'm going to post a thing on Instagram in a minute of what one of the cats is doing right now. He's asleep in a sage bush, and it's hilarious. So if you want to come see on Instagram, I'll put that up there too. I like doing reads outside because all these memorable, crazy things happen all the time. So again, tap into those beautiful treasured memories so you can bring out that kind of nostalgia, and we can reawaken that. What were you doing that made you feel really alive and really good? And let's plug into that, right, and have that occur some more. So I'm going to pull 3 tarot, and we're going to see some other things that are coming. So you have 3 of Wands. Really look out in the future. You're going to have some passion coming out of this. Wow. You have Emperor energy and Page of Cups. So you have a message of love coming as well. Woo, nice. Perhaps I feel like for some of you guys, I don't know why, but I feel like this is coming from a water sign as well. Something in this is very evocative of a water sign, which is a really deep thinker. They're very emotional. They're very creative. It's somebody that you are really going to grow to respect and love. If you already know them, some of you already have a flavor for this person. But you had that thing like, oh, it couldn't possibly, or they're. How could this work? And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, it's like kaboom. Because again, they are at that emperor level where they're very esteemed. People have a lot of respect for them. They might be somebody who's in a senior position to you at work, in school, something like that. But they've fallen for you. They find you absolutely charming. They have been making plans to how to approach you, and the approach is imminent. So this is really nice. And it's just going to be flirtatious and fun, and just one of those moments where you just say yes to life, and you go out and you have a good time, and there you go, you're off and running. And I feel like you were ready. You're kind of ready for a love offering. You you created that void, and you used your envisionment process to create that lovely energy around it, which is quite important. We have to do that at times. So that's you, Group 1. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Now, and it has everything. It's like private reads. I'm on Instantgo as well. If you want to ask one question over there, I get back to you immediately. I love that service. It's very, very helpful. A bunch of other stuff. So go check it out. My Patreon. I call it a Patreon channel, but I guess what it is. It's it helps support the channel, and you donate through whatever pledge that you make, and different levels have different surprises to it. So I'm so distracted by the flora and fauna and birds out in my backyard. It's almost like I'm a spastic kindergartner, I can't even concentrate. Because a moment ago I was doing a private reading, and a bluebird hit my side of my hat. It was that close, its wing, and I was like, whoa, it's really crazy. So now we're on to number 2, which is Queen Bee. So this is saying right away that you're going to have a banner year coming up right in the near future. You're going to all of a sudden feel elevated, in other people's, and we should never, base that much importance on other people's opinions, but people's opinion of you is really heightened right now, because you're really giving, loving, and sharing, and you're probably a light worker as well, and people feel that warmth, and they really, really are comforted by you, by just the fact that you exist and you bring light and warmth into their world. And they're going to start displaying that and showing it. And it's really making you feel good. Because sometimes a lot of people that are givers, they kind of fly under the radar, and then people get entitled, and then you give more and more until you're basically fed up, and then you're like, enough. It's just something about people that have very open hearts and want to give, will give to a point where all of a sudden they wake up to the fact that some people are just takers. But you're funny because it's like you've created these kind of gentle boundaries, but now they're firmly in place, so nobody's going to take advantage of you, and people are going to step up and actually say thank you. You know, yeah, here it comes. This, oh, you also have a new love offer coming in. Oh my Lord, what is happening? This is amazing. Okay, so right now you're moving towards everything that is passionate and important to you in a very, very wonderful, polished, happy, amazing, exceptional way. Really streamlined, really together. The world is right in the center for you. You are going to have so much approval around you and adoration that you're feeling truly like treasured by people, and it makes you feel good. And I feel like a lot of people are laughing and having a good time. You guys are also, you're moving away from anything that's miserable, cheerless, you know, forlorn, any of the heavier energy. You see how she's looking over her shoulder. Bye-bye, dreary world. Bye-bye. Into this world of joyful, ecstatic, fun people. Ace of Wands is like numero uno gift from the universe in terms of passion. So again, the soul mark demarcation coming in, that person breaking through, because you're in such a beautiful, elevated spiritual place that you're caring about the collective, you're caring about yourself, you're joyful, you're open. You know, this is colossal because you're like, you're imagining one thing that's quite big, but it's so much more that it almost spooks you. You're like, it's just like, you expect, it just say like you're a general and you expect like $10,000 troops coming in, and you get 100,000 troops coming to support you, that type of thing. Just like the gilded castle right in front of you. And the part of it is because you didn't set crazy expectations and have impatience, like, where is it? I need this, I need this. You don't have that at all. You're just like, you're allowing the universe to bring in this soul match energy, this soul tribe, this perfect kind of avenue for you to maneuver down at your own pace, where you can breathe, where you have things streamlined, you don't feel crowded. There's a lot of gracious people around you, a lot of pleasing, beautiful personalities, people being courteous, because you have created this environment around you, because you're not going to suffer fools or any kind of nasty, hefty, you know, downcast energy anymore. You're just leaving it bye-bye, and it's like, boom, this beautiful enlightened state of people being lovely towards you. It's just like this dazzling arena where it's almost like it's filled with candy and prizes everywhere, because you've decided to let go on such a harsh leash of, it has to be like this way. And when that happened, you had all these kind of constricted thoughts, and things were limited because of expectation, all that stuff. When you finally just said, you know, my aha moment is, I trust the universe. It's all coming. The love is coming, the abundance, my perfect life path purpose. I understand that I have to wait, and everything can't just come up, and it's part of the beautiful journey, not just the arrival, is why it's all coming to you. So you can breathe easy. And again, I just see lovely people around you, people that are, you know, admiring you and being considerate, and they're really paying attention to all these beautiful offerings that you have for the world, and that you have this innate success just right on your doorstep. So I love that for you, group 2. That's beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything of that nature, everything is right down there. I'm very excited. It's such a just monumental time right now. So next we're on to Red Garden. So right away, that means everything in full blossom, everything is blooming, everything is going to be coming up roses. Yeah, no, oh, nice. So you have new directions and no rain today along with this. So basically, all the seeds that you have planted are blossoming in full technicolor. You're starting to get all the directives that you need to move in the direction for success without feeling hindered by other people's opinions, any heavy subconscious patterns from the past. It's just breakthrough momentum where you know you can do it. No rain today, no rain tomorrow, no rain the next day. You just feel like your path is fully lit because you now have super focused intention on it. You don't care what A, B, and C is doing. You don't care what C, D, or any of those people are saying about you or your ideas or where you're going, because you know that this is the way. You just feel it. And it is a new direction. That's the thing. That's what I mean. People be like, what are you, crazy, jumping out of the top hat to catch that thing? It's the fool's energy. You're like, I'm traveling light, I'm simplifying, and I'm really streamlining because I already know what it is, and I'm going to move in that direction. I'm going to enjoy the experiences. I'm not going to be bogged down by all these contingencies and plan C's and what ifs and fears, because they don't do anything but create blockages, and you're ready to fly. So you're just making that leap, and it's going to pay off huge. I see huge financial rewards. Again, huge love offers coming in. Your perspective is like newly formed in a way that is really profound. Wow, look at this. So not only are you the Queen of Wands energy, where you have fire and passion and drive to everything, you have cleared the way because there's no more refuse in your mind. You're not cluttered by, oh, but remember when I did this and this happened? You don't care anymore. You are absolutely present in this moment, which is where we see all the synchronicities, we see all the blueprints, we see all the planning, we see everything that we need, all the symbols and the correct energy to guide us in the path for success and clarity, and knowing that it doesn't have to be, like I said before, huge banner moments all the time. It's the little wins that bring us to the next level, that make us feel confident and aware of what we need to do differently or more of the same to complete the cycles of success. And people are also, you're elevated in their eyes, where they want to now see you succeeding more, and they're going to go out of their way to help you to succeed. Your perspective is so much better with this wheel on top going, you know what, there's such a vast gauntlet of surprises in our life that when we see them as surprises and opportunities, that's actually what they become. When we see them as blockages or anything else, and you want to be a Sour Patch Kid, that's what happens. It's all our perspective on things. So you choose to see everything as available and ready for the taking. And this Two of Cups, with this elevated, beautiful energy that's pervading all around you, you're going to have love offers coming in. One in particular, your soulmate, that is very, very, in this time frame, I'm feeling 3-4 months, very easily coming in, because you no longer have fear, you no longer have blockages, you no longer have doubts, and you no longer have ridiculous kind of expectations with all that exactitude. You know, it has to happen like this, that. I hate fire signs. I hate that. You know, you don't care anymore because you trust the universe is going to bring you what's meant for you. What's meant for you is not going to pass you by. And by trusting that, it is delivered to you. You're in such a great headspace over the next couple months, where you're just realizing what anybody else thinks, feels, or does around you is really not important. It's how you're treating yourself, how you're speaking to yourself, your mental attitude. Are you eating well? Are you cherishing yourself? You're moving away from anything that's sorrowful or that upsets you. You're moving into this really exceptional, beautiful, pleasant energy that's helping you succeed in everything. You're eating better. You're taking care of yourself. You're realizing when you need mental breaks, you're not pushing yourself too hard. You realize that you're not a running resume. Who cares when people ask you, oh, what are you doing right now? What classes are you taking? What do you do for a living? You don't care. That does not define you. So you're like, I don't care what my resume is. I care what's going on in my head and soul right now. So it's like, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you or where you're going, because you're thinking well of yourself. And it's really a pleasurable state to be in, because that's all that matters. Spirit doesn't care if you make $1 or $1 million. Spirit doesn't care if you have PhDs up the wazoo. But Spirit does care if you're kind to yourself and others around you, and you have a good, happy expectancy for your life and for others, right? That's what matters. It creates your vibration. It creates your frequency that is created for success right now. All these endeavors you're undertaking are kissed like with the golden seal of success, because of where your head and heart space is at. That's tremendous. That is really, really important. So I'm very excited for you, Group 3. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. And I'm going to go upload.